And welcome back everybody to Fallout New Vegas. I'm your host Blackshirt, and this is our adventure. So in our last episode we learned how to survive from Sunny Smiles. In this episode we're going to finish up some of the things to do here and get prepped to go on our journey across the wasteland. It's pretty dark here, so let's pop inside the Prospector Saloon for a quick drink, maybe to pass a little bit of time. Easy Pete's still out here, as well as this very aggressive Tumbleweed. How's it going, man? Seems like you two are getting along. What's up, hey True? Whoa.
Nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon.
Should I just shoot this guy in the head? Seems like he's being aggressive. You know what?
I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out. Evening.
Hey, Trudy.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
Oh yeah? What's up with that guy? I overheard your argument. Everything okay? What was all that about?
Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
Really? Where is he now?
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
Interesting. Why not just kill Cobb and just be done with it?
You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants.
What are you gonna do then?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Powder gangers? I keep hearing about these guys. What's up with them?
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. Was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Interesting. You know what, never mind. I just want to talk about something else.
Alright.
So, what happens if I help Ringo?
If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Goodsprings. I'd even set you up with a discount. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad, and they've got a lot of friends out there.
So if I help Ringo, and Goodsprings will like me more, but if I help the powder gangers, then what happens?
Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but people around here wouldn't appreciate it one bit.
Alright, well, you know what? I'm trying to track down the guys who attacked me. You know anything about them?
Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
Really? Did my attackers say where they were going?
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back.
Why?
That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them.
Really?
Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
It's all radioactive. Do you even know where they were headed? You still haven't said where they were going.
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
Fair enough. So, will you want me to take a look at that broken radio for you?
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
Sure he does. You know anything about the robot that rescued me?
I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me.
Interesting. What does he actually do around here?
Other than rolling around once in a while, it doesn't do anything useful as far as I can tell. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but I'd be careful. It's never helped anyone before.
That is interesting. You don't like him?
It acts friendly enough, but I don't trust that whole cheerful cowboy act. I find it all very creepy.
How long has he been here?
It was here when I took over the saloon 7 years ago. Some people have said its owner lived here, but no one knows who it was.
You know, let's talk about something else.
Fine by me.
You know what, actually, let's not talk about anything at all.
Be careful out there.
So she gives us a couple of quests, and she wants us to fix her radio here. An examination of the radio's internal components reveals that several parts and connections were popped loose when the radio hit the floor. It should be a fairly simple repair job to get it working again. Requiring a repair skill of 20 or greater, we repair the radio, and it flickers on to life. The Radiation King model lasting 200 years will not be stopped today. So let's go talk to this guy Joe Cobb after we tell Trudy about a radio.
I can take care of that.
Yeah. Fixed your radio.
Yeah, I heard it turn right back on after you got done tinkering with it. Here's some caps for the work.
Really? 20 caps. That's it. Are you saying that I don't do good work? Are you saying you could have done this yourself?
Not at all. I'm never sure how much is normally charged for this sort of thing. Here's some additional caps. That should be enough.
Yeah.
Now, how about spending some of those caps in the saloon?
Yeah, whatever. Bye.
Be careful out there.
Yeah, you said that. Joe Cobb can be found down here, leaning up against one of these rickety old bombed out homes, next to the Goodsprings sign. Be careful, sometimes it can be tricky to find if you are stupid.
What the hell is your problem?
I'm just walking.
What do you want?
What's up with everything between you and Ringo, man?
He's some traitor who decided he'd rather shoot than pay the toll for being in our territory. He's hiding somewhere in town. Would serve these idiots right if me and my guys shot the place up after we got payback on Ringo.
Oh yeah? Is your territory now?
It is now. Me and the rest of the guys busted out of the NCR prison east of here and took over. Now we're calling the shots.
Man, what were you even in prison for? I bet it was for nothing. I bet you were selling lemonade without a license.
None of your damn business. You ought to know better than to ask a man that kind of question.
It was selling lemonade without a license, wasn't it? I bet I don't even have to watch my step around you.
Robbed some people, burned some things, killed a few guys.
Man, just a punk.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I don't like this guy. So we're gonna level up. We're gonna put our guns at 40, because I feel a fight coming on. Speech at 45, and science at 40. We're gonna drop some into our lockpick, because there's a couple of locks we do need to pick later on. We're gonna go with the Lady Killer perk. Gives us 10% against female opponents and the unique ability to access dialogue for the opposite sex. Let's go talk to this guy Ringo. I have a feeling he's not nearly as much of a jerk as that guy Joe Cobb. If he is, I'm just gonna kill both of them. Poseidon Energy. Provider of energy 200 years before the Great War. Beer and yeast. Whoa, hey buddy. Put it down.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
Look, man, I'm not an enemy, if that's what you're asking. Not yet, anyway. Besides, if you're gonna shoot, you'd better not miss.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play?
If you suggest I play Caravan, the dumbest card game I've ever seen in my life, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Do you know some guy named Joe Cobb is trying to do the same?
Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight.
Why not? What are you gonna do then?
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
Why do they even put the green light on you? Sounds like you need a hired gun. I might be able to help you with that.
All I've got left on me are a handful of caps. But you get me out of this, and I'll make sure the Crimson Caravan pays you back. You've got my word.
I don't even know who that is, but you know what? I'll think about it.
All right. Was there anything else you wanted to talk to me about?
Yeah. Can you tell me anything about Goodsprings?
I've never stopped here until recently. You're better off asking one of the locals.
You are no help at all. So what are you going to do about the powder gangers if I don't help you?
I'm still laying low.
You know what? Maybe I can help.
We just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board...
I'll ask around, see if I can get any help, but you don't think I can handle myself in a fight? I'm really just cruising for a bruising.
I was thinking of myself, actually. Who's gonna watch my back while I'm watching yours?
Nobody. If you insist, though, I'll see what I can do.
Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
I bet. And with that, we are tasked with helping Ringo. Now, we can either talk to all the townspeople or we can offer to take the town by talking to Joe Cobb. I have decided that Joe Cobb is a jerkface, so I'm not going to bother with him. Instead, we're going to wake everyone up out of their sleep to bother them. Shut up. Hey. Hey. Wake up.
Cut it out, will you? You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If
Really?
you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Yeah? Well, what's wrong with the surplus ammo?
It's all about quantity over quality. Trouble is, you'll be cleaning and fixing your gun a lot more than usual when you use those kind of bullets.
Nah, I don't clean or fix anything. I just use it to bash instead of shooting at that point. What do you know about the situation with the powder gangers around here?
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. The town shouldn't get itself mixed into the problem. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed, but we don't go looking for trouble.
Interesting. You know anything about the guys who shot me up?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Let me see what you got for sale.
Can do.
What a salesman. Just wakes right... Man. Feel bad about... You know, actually, let me double think that I don't feel bad about shooting him. So as we go through here, you have a bunch of random crap. And now make sure that when you're playing this game to always check for random stuff that could be of any use. I'm gonna get rid of some of this crap right here. Alright. Keep all of our weapons. I do not keep the Vault 21 jumpsuit, and usually I like to save all of this, but to be perfectly honest with you, with this character, I'm just going to get rid of so much of this, I do not care. We're going to keep the Vault 13 jumpsuit and the lightweight metal armor in heavy situations for now. Getting rid of some stuff that's not really important or applicable until later. And it was just going to weigh us down at this point. We finished talking
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
to him about that.
Take it easy.
Now we are tasked with trying to get him to join us in our fight. But we have to talk to Sunny Smiles first, and then go from there. Now we do need some more ammo in our pistol, but what do we have? We're gonna have to go this route for a while, so things might get a little sticky. Well, the Prospector Saloon cannot be opened over there. This guy. Oh man, I could totally just like murder you right now. Ah. Nah. No, we can't do that. We need everybody we can to kill Joe Cobb. We'll have to save our murderous impulses for him. Hey, Sonny.
Hi there. Sticking around Goodsprings for a while longer?
Just a little bit. So hey, man, I'm trying to help Ringo take on the Powder Gangers. They seem to be bugging him, and he's a good guy. He doesn't deserve this. And besides, they really have no claim on the territory. Is there anything you can do to give me some help? Sounds like you would.
Say no more. I'm in.
Oh, well, that was pretty easy then.
Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo. But I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra stim packs, that'd be great.
Yeah. You had any idea of how to convince Trudy to join us?
A silver tongue would help. Convincing Trudy that we had a good plan to win the fight would also help.
What about Chet? Would he be willing to give us some stuff? He seemed like a salesman kind of guy, not a helping kind of guy.
I don't think give is in Chet's vocabulary. Even with the town at stake, he'd still make you barter with him.
What about Easy Pete's dynamite? How easy is it to get his dynamite?
Easy Pete's pretty protective of his dynamite. You'd have to convince him you know a thing or two about explosives before you handed it over.
I know nothing about explosives. But I'm gonna catch you later.
I'll be waiting.
I'm gonna talk to Trudy. Apparently we need a good silver tongue, so that could be interpreted in several ways. We're gonna wait right here at the bar in a sort of state of insomnia until she comes here. All right.
Hello.
And in walks Trudy. How you doing, Trudy?
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a big risk, but I suppose you have to do what you think is right.
Yeah. You should help me take down the powder game and bullets, explosion. It's a lot of fun.
I was planning on sitting this one out, but for some reason, I can't help but like you. I'm with you.
That's right.
Let me have a word with a few other folks, and I'll see if I can't round up some more members for this militia you're creating. While everyone does own a gun, we could stand to be a little better equipped. The general store probably has what we need in stock.
Alright, man. So, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Chet over there and try to convince him in any number of ways to help me out. Oh, looks like I'm a little parched there. Ah, drugs. Yeah. No water, but, those drugs, those will really help me out. How you doing, Chet? Wake up. Wake up, I'm back. Wake up, hey, wake up. Yeah, what's up?
You looking to buy some supplies?
No, I need looking to take some supplies to fight the Powder Gangers.
Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the Powder Gangers. That's a 1,000 cap investment you're talking about.
Horse Pucky, just let them take over the town then. I'm sure your business will be much, much better off with them just taking everything instead of just a couple bits of armor.
You made your point. I can provide people with some leather armor and extra ammo. Sure hope it's worth it. And I'll be guarding the store while all this is going on. I have to put my business first. You understand.
Yeah, right. I might come back for you after all of this.
Take it easy now.
What an a-hole. How did they break that chick's radio? It's ridiculous. Immune to blades, but not to fall damage, apparently. Hey, Easy Pete, what's going on, man? I got a couple questions I need to ask you.
Howdy.
I hear you got some dynamite. You'd really help us to beat the powder gangers.
Too dangerous. Gonna kill all yourselves if I let you touch it. Better to leave it buried. Safer that way.
Buried? Where is it buried? You know how hard can it be? Just light him and throw it, right?
Too dangerous. Sorry. Blow yourself up. Blow your neighbor up. Blow the whole town up.
Oh man. So as we fail that speech check, let's see if we can do this. Do you have anything that can help us with the explosives? We're only 4 points behind. Now, you can go out and try to search the hills for Easy Pete's dynamite, but we're not going to do that right now. Instead, we're just going to get by without him, because to be perfectly honest with you, he's right. And a lot of times when I've played using Easy Pete's dynamite, it's killed everybody. So we're just going to go loot that later and not worry about that. So what we will do, though, is go up to Doc Mitchell. In a previous episode, we've gone through all of the mailboxes, and for some reason there's other stuff, and who stuck a tire iron in there? That's just weird. How do they even fit in there? What up, Doc?
Welcome back. I had hoped you wouldn't need to come see me again so soon. What can I do for you?
Well, you know what? The town is about to be attacked by murderous, marauding bandits. Anything you can do to help?
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the same. Folks just never leave each other alone. Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. And my supplies are scarce, but I'll give you what I can spare.
Right. Well, I need more medical supplies than that.
Sure.
Some for myself, for example. We don't need these 22 rounds. We need the grenades. We don't need the leather armor. Get rid of that garbage, even though it's not really worth anything. And with that, I believe we have enough to take on Joe Cobb and his gang. Yes, the breaking of the dawn. Oh wait, no, that's right. I waited a bunch of hours in the bar, blankly staring into nothingness. Creepy. Oh. Let's get on back to Ringo here and get this party started. Maybe one day I'll be able to move slightly faster. Now, because this build is geared more towards guns, we're gonna have to figure out something. I guess we're gonna use the weathered 10mm pistol. Does damage of 17 versus 8. Okay, well, you know, we made the clear choice. Don't get me wrong, I will not hesitate to bust out the broad machete if I need to. Whoops, little slip of the finger there. Where'd he go? He's supposed to be here. Oh my god, you are so creepy. Give me this boxing times. Terrible. That was terrible. It's like that scene out of the Blair Witch Project. Oh my god. What? You are not holy.
So what's going on? Did Sonny agree to help us?
What's going on with you, dude? Are you possessed?
Well, I guess that means we're ready to go. Unless you think there's something else you can do.
Exorcism.
All right, I'm ready. I hope.
Time to look alive.
Ah, oh my god.
Gangers are here to play.
You all are demons. Where's Trudy and everybody else?
They're getting set up in cover, but it might not go well unless we get out there soon.
How many are there?
At least 6. Joe Cobb included. They look pretty mean.
Alright, let's go.
I'll be set up near the store. Let's hope that the gang doesn't manage to make it that far.
Let's get ready for this fight with the Powder Gangers. Oh my goodness. There are those guys over there. See, everybody's over there? Okay, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Yeah. There we go. Not having any of this. Yeah. That was not as effective as I would hoped it would be, so in we go with our weathered 10mm pistol. Oh wow.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
I'm sure they will. Didn't I hear something earlier about you not being able to pay me right now?
I did have what was left of the Crimson Caravan money, but I wasn't sure if it was my right to just give it away. I owe you more than that, though, so look me up at the Crimson Caravan camp up in New Vegas if you ever visit.
Will do. And with that, Joe Cobb's gang has been utterly and completely eliminated. And I don't think we took one loss, did we? Let's check out the corpses. Powder Ganger, Powder Ganger, Powder Ganger, Powder Gang. Ah! Joe Cobb? I was wondering where he went. That's right, this weathered 10mm pistol has been an object since Fallout 1, and it took you out, Joe Cobb, and for that we are now vilified by the Powder Gangers. Which means they don't like us very much, because we did stuff like this to their friends. But we can get this revolver, these 357 Magnum rounds, and some bottle caps from him, as well as a stealth boy. I will also take the arm. I'll just take everything you have so I can sell most of it. By the way, the 357 Magnum revolver is probably my favorite pistol here. So, I think we're just going to spend the night here. Sell all this stuff right here. And we are going to see you tomorrow after taking a little rest at the Prospector Saloon, in which case we are going to be taking our first steps beyond Goodsprings into the greater Mojave Wasteland. And with that, I have to bid you good night.